in almost every video that I upload on this channel, there's one guy writing, "You're losing your hair," or "the vegan diet caused your hair loss." You'll probably not find them, and I'll not cram them up from my comments because I have the tendency to delete very stupid comments. And I think those comments go into the category. And there are a couple reasons why. Let's talk about it. See, there's something that you need to understand when you go down this YouTube journey, but even before you start making videos. If you're not at least a little bit comfortable in your skin, you will get ripped apart on YouTube. That's just, it seems to be a law of nature. You can start out being fully comfortable, or you can go through exposure therapy as I did. See, when I started out on YouTube, I had a couple of insecurities, but after you hear this like 1,000 of times, you're like, oh yeah, it's just that thing that I have, you know. That's just the way freaking is. And because apparently on YouTube, some people are just like 300 pounds, 6% body fat, absolute chance, like a very chiseled physique, chiseled facial structure. They are descendants of Leonidas from the Spartans. I mean, some people just seem to be that, apparently on YouTube. Like probably a big majority of people that comment on YouTube videos. And this is just something that you need to understand. I do not make this video to complain. I want to make this video exactly about the opposite of complaining. I want to make this video about stop being a freaking See, this hairline that I currently have, you see this McDonald's, this chiseled McDonald's hairline. I have this hairline since I'm 15 years old. Now imagine how a 15-year-old would feel after his hairdresser tells him that he's balding. Imagine how a 15-year-old feels. How a 15-year-old full of testosterone feels after his hairdresser tells him that he's going bald. Probably must be a great feeling, huh? Am I right? Because before 15-year-old, I had like always long hair. And after 15-year-old, when I was like in my 15, 16 or so, I got a haircut. And suddenly my hairdresser tells me, hey, you're going bald. Nice news, nice news. And I remember after that, I would go like into the mirror, be like, oh man, I truly have like a very, very, very big freaking forehead. Man, I have a very weird hair. I have a very weird hair. But then I took a look, like my father doesn't have hair loss. My grandfather doesn't have hair loss. Like literally no one in my family or extended family has hair loss. That just seems the nature that it is. And my hairline hasn't changed since I'm 15-year-old. But does this mean I will not lose my hair? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So there's a chance that I will lose my hair. And like, this happens to more than 50% of men. More than 50% until they're turning 40 are losing their hair. You guys know me. I mean, you've been hanging with me in YouTube for quite some time now. And do you guys think I'm the guy that just remotely complains? Do you guys think I'm the guy that just goes along, yeah, I'm losing my hair. I'm losing my hair. You really think I'm the guy? See, I always think about the worst case. So there's three options. First of all, let's say I have hair loss, okay? I go naturally bald. Okay, so I'll just go all bald. I've been all bald before. Okay, cool. Second option, let's say I don't like my natural bald look, is I'll get micropigmentation here. So it looks like still have a buzz cut, like very short hair, but it looks that I don't have hair loss. Okay, second option. Let's say I don't like number 2. I go for number 3, which means I get a hair transplant. Finished. So the whole problem is freaking resolved. See, what I really want to get across in this video is not freaking complaining as much as you might do it at this moment. And some people might think that getting a hair transplant, getting like micropigmentations or something, I don't know how they're called, is like is shallow. But see, if I had the chance to be friend with person A and person B, both of those persons are not satisfied with, let's say, their nose, okay? Person A has like a crooked nose, has a big nose, or like a short nose, small nose, that is not comfortable with, okay? So he goes on and complains about it all the freaking time. Have you seen my nose? Have you seen my nose? He goes to acquaintances, goes to family, goes to his friends, goes to his extended friends, even goes to his freaking girlfriend, and complains constantly about this nose. Okay, and there's person B. Person B is also not satisfied with his nose. But person B never complains. Person B never freaking complains. And one day it just shows up and his nose is fixed. Okay? It annoyed him for a long time and then he just fixed it. All good. All good. Let's hope he will be happy with his different nose. See, I would much rather be friends with person B, because person B is simply a man of action or a woman of action and just goes out to do that he wanted to do and is not complaining. Let's see why this is so important. Let's think about one person that you look up to. Let's just think about one person that you look up to and then think about it. Is that person a whiner? Is that person a complainer? Do you think, like, let's think about the common heroes that we see in movies. Do you think Achilles in Troy is a freaking whiner? Do you think Leonidas in 300 is a freaking whiner? He's going home to his wife and be like, oh, the persons are coming to our doors and we only have 300 people. You think James Bond is a freaking whiner? Let's just think about someone in your family or in your friends that you look up to. You think that guy is a freaking whiner? No, they're not. There's almost a 100% chance that they're not freaking complaining and they're not freaking whining. I mean, just deal with the problems that you freaking have. If you can't change them, just accept them. Just freaking accept them. And I know this is easier said than done, but this is just the nature of how it needs to be. I like to have like one rule that unless I have, let's say, terminal cancer or a terminal sickness that I can't deal with, then I'll probably be able to complain. But even if I would have this terminal sickness and I would complain, I mean, I think it probably wouldn't help anything. I think it's probably a rule that unless complaining is helping you in any way, just making you temporarily feel better is not a reason for complaining. But let's say it really helps you in the long term, then you'll probably be able to complain. But let's say you have terminal cancer, you have stage 3 kidney cancer, so you have a couple of months to live. I mean, the last person that your children, that your family, that your loved ones wants to deal with in that moment is a person that is constantly complaining. Is a person that just goes on and like, oh, I have cancer. Hey, I don't know you, but do you know I have cancer? I have cancer. I mean, no. They want to spend the last freaking months that they have with you in the most positive way. And they want to remember you as a strong person, not as a person that constantly was complaining. And I really hope I can take my advice when I would get such sickness. Let's say I would get terminal cancer. I really would hope that I could take my advice in that freaking months and go out like a warrior, and not like a warrior. Because the truth is, and guys, this is a very hard truth that I needed to learn, is that nobody really cares. Nobody really freaking cares. And I can prove it to you. Let's say you are a father or you are a mother to a child. So the love of your child is probably the biggest love that you will ever have in your life. Let's say your child turns 30. Let's say your child is 40. And your child comes to you, so like his closest probably person that he has, and is constantly complaining about trivial stuff that a 30-year-old should be capable of solving. Let's say your 30-year-old child is constantly coming to you and hey QG, hey Florian, I cannot pay my taxes. I don't have money for rent. It's like, dude, I mean, obviously you would help your child, but deep down you would be thinking like, phrased freaking loser. A phrased the guy that cannot deal with basic freaking life tasks. I mean, that's just the nature of it. Honestly, if you think about it, that's probably what most people think about when you're complaining. Like, obviously they're trying to help you. They will try to solve your problems, but deep down they're thinking like, okay, this guy probably really doesn't have his life together. This guy probably really doesn't have his life together. Which brings me back to the pivotal rule that unless complaining is bringing you something beneficial in your life, you should not be complaining. You should not be complaining. You should simply deal with your problems. So if you're going bald, let's say you're going bald at this moment. First of all, think about the worst case, okay? Worst case is you're going bald. So just shave all your hair and see how it looks like. If you're not satisfied with how it looks like, grow it out again, then decide to go for like a micropigmentation, or like decide to save up for a hair transplant. These are the 3 options that we have. These are the only 3 options that we have. I mean, we don't have any other options. So which means these are just the ways that we need to go. I mean, we have no other chance. There's no freaking other chance. Okay guys, so this video came from does vegan diet cause my hair loss to how to simply not complain and stop being a freaking Make sure you like this video and you subscribe to this channel if you aren't already subscribed. And if you want to get coached in the most professional way, go to qualitygains.com. Until next time. The mission of this YouTube channel is to put veganism across the goal line. If you want to help us achieve that, like and subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Let's make food production great again.